Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about business strategies, financial literacy, and all things when it comes to personal finance. And today, we're going to be talking about something that I've actually wanted to address a majority of the time that I've had this channel, but I'm just getting around to it now. It's the pledge loan with Navy Federal. Now, most of you know this by the Navy Federal pledge loan hack. A lot of people talked about it. It's not really a hack per se. It's just a strategy that you can use to get an installment loan. And then when you basically pay off a majority of the loan and it reflects on your credit report, it increases your credit score because it looks like you had a loan and you paid a majority of it off very quickly. And that's really it. But I do want to go into more of a step-by-step guide when it comes to this particular type of loan. I just want to explain what this loan is, and then I want to explain a little bit more about this strategy and how this strategy actually does work to increase your credit score, and how you can utilize it if you are a member with Navy Federal, and how it personally did help me. I got my pledge loan and my Navy Federal secured card at the same time. Between both of those, they really did help increase my credit score by using them responsibly and, of course, paying them on time, keeping my utilization low. It also will help with your internal score. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Again, the three things that we're going to talk about. What is a pledge loan exactly? What are the benefits? And this credit hack, again, it's not really a hack. It's more of just a strategy, but that's what people know it as. So we're going to, get into the details of that a little bit more and why it helps you in the first place. Now, a pledge loan, it's just a safe, smart way to borrow money. Now, technically, you're not borrowing money. It's just like when you have a secure credit card, you're using your own money as collateral. So it really is no risk to the bank or financial institution to offer this. And Navy Federal is just one of the places that offer a pledge loan. There are other places that offer them. I think it's called a secured savings loan. But a Navy Federal pledge loan is a secured installment loan, and essentially you're borrowing money against your own money. And as you pay the loan back, the money is given back to you. So it's a really simple, easy process. And I think that the reason why people like it is it really essentially is just you moving money around. You're moving it from one place to the other, and then you're getting it right back. At the same time, you're able to build your credit. And then I'll go into a little bit more detail about exactly what I mean by just moving your money around. So how the pledge loan works, and I want to make it as simple as possible. You're going to call Navy Federal. The only way for you to get this loan is, one, you have to be a member of Navy Federal. Two, you have to call them, and then you're going to specify the amount that you would like to use. Depending on the amount that you get will determine how long the term is of your pledge loan. And then you're going to be asked to add the money into your Navy Federal savings account. So you're going to move the money into your Navy Federal savings account. The loan is created in a few days, and it'll appear in your Navy Federal online account. They'll ask you to, also sign and approve it. They'll send you some documentation. You normally get it in 24 to 48 hours. And then once that happens, you'll see the pledge loan on your online account. You'll also see that the funds have then been moved back into your checking account. So you move the funds into the savings. A pledge loan is created. The money gets put back into your checking account, and then you also see the pledge loan. So once that happens, you will now have a loan that reports to the credit bureaus as a new installment loan. All right. And this is good for a few different reasons, and that'll bring us into the next part of our video, which is going to be things that you should know. So you're only allowed to have 4 pledge loans per savings account with Navy Federal. Once you finish paying off the pledge loan, you will lose the benefits of the pledge loan. So keep in mind that longer loans are better. And what I mean by that is I have another video where I talk about how to get an 850 credit score, a perfect credit score, how credit scores break down. The only way to have good credit is for you to be actively paying on debt. I know for people, they think, oh, if I pay something off, then my credit score is going to increase. No, if you pay something completely off, your credit score actually goes down. a credit report is like a report card of how well you pay things on time. I don't know how well you pay stuff on time once something is paid off. So you lose the benefit. That's why with the pledge loan, a lot of times it gives people a temporary boost to help them get lower interest rates on auto loans, to give them a nice little increase in their score for different things that they want to do. But the best benefits you will get from a pledge loan is making it longer. I believe you can go 180 months with this loan. So that's about 15 years. And here are the different amounts. If you do a pledge loan between the amounts of $250 to $500, you can only do 6 months, and the APR is 2%. If you do $501 to $1,000, then you can get a length of 12 months with 2% APR. There is interest on this loan, but 2% is really nothing. $1,001 to $1,500, then you could do it for 18 months with 2% APR. $1,501 to $2,000 is for 24 months, 2% APR. $2,001 to $3,000 is for 36 months, 2% APR. Once you get to $3,001 plus or more, you have the option of doing 60 months. And that's, I think that's a good one. I think that's a good place to actually, if you can actually afford to do it, that's a good one. That's going to be for 5 years. And then you get, 2% APR. If you want to do it for 61 months to 180 months, then it's 3%. But I think that's the best one. Reason being, and I'm going to get to this a little bit later about the breakdown of your credit score. A big part of your credit score is on-time payments, and a big part of your credit score is account length. So you got to think, if you get a $3,001 pledge loan and you have it for 180 months, 15 years, and you pay a big portion of that loan off, that basically guarantees 15 years of on-time payments. That's going to be a 15-year account as time ages. That is going to help your credit score overall. The longer that loan is, the better it's going to actually be. So you really want to focus on getting it for the longest amount of time to get the maximum benefit from it. I don't think you need to have multiple pledge loans. I think having one lengthy pledge loan would be the best option for you. Now, you can only apply for this loan in a branch or over the phone. So keep that in mind. There's no way to apply for it online. You won't see that as an option. So these are just a few things that you should know and you should keep in mind. Let's get to the actual benefits of this pledge loan. All right. So here's the advantage number one. When you apply for more loans, you're likely to get higher approvals. Now, what do I mean by that? When you apply for, let's say, a credit card, if you look up the CEO of FICO, he actually says that a lot of the limits that you get approved for, they're based off of what they can see on your credit report. So let's say you have a pledge loan for $10,000. It is more likely that if you have a balance that high, that they'll approve you for a credit card with a higher limit. So you may go for a credit card and only have a $3,000 pledge loan, and you may notice, every card that I apply for, I'm only getting approved for a $2,000 limit, $2,500 limit. If you were to have a $10,000 pledge loan, there's a greater chance that you may get a credit card with a $10,000 limit, $8,000 limit, which then will let other banks know, or people that are lending you money, that you can handle these high amounts. It just increases the likelihood that you're going to be able to get higher limit approvals for other products when other banks and lenders are looking at your credit profile. Advantage number two, it builds your internal score with Navy Federal. So with Navy Federal, I think if you want personal credit cards and you want to get high limits and you don't want to, apply for too many because it'll reduce the age of your history, the more accounts that you apply for, unless you're looking for a particular cashback or benefit, I think credit unions like Navy Federal, they're a good place to get one credit card and stick with it. If you were to get something like a cash rewards card, I believe the maximum limit you can get on that is $50,000. You can also get another 30,000 on another card. Between all of your cards, you can have a maximum of 80,000. And if you were to get a business credit card with Navy Federal, then you can get 25,000 max on the business side without documentation. So in overall, you can get $105,000 maximum from just Navy Federal. That's one institution. So one way that you can get these higher limits is to build your internal score with Navy Federal. You can build your internal score by getting more products and services like the pledge loan. That's definitely one that they're going to look at, and it will look good. Advantage number 3, this will boost your credit cards significantly. And that's just another thing when it comes to, it was kind of like the first thing. You're going to definitely get higher credit card limit approvals, but it'll also increase all limit approvals. I kind of switched Advantage 1 and Advantage 3. Like, for example, auto loans, everything like that. This will just overall increase everything that you're going to get when they see that you have higher balances that are paid. For example, if you were to do a $15,000, $30,000 pledge loan, like let's just say you have $30,000 in your savings, you could technically do a $30,000 pledge loan, pay 95% of the loan off, you get the money right back. But now everyone can see that you have $35,000 where you've paid 95% of that loan. And you probably want to stick between 80 and 90%. But if you want your money back, you want your money back. I would say either way, that's still pretty good. Now, if you were to, let's say, go and apply for like a car loan, I think that you're more likely to get a better interest rate and higher approvals because they see you can handle that $35,000, that $30,000 that you had. It just looks good. So there's a lot of advantages to actually getting this loan. And overall, I think it's a great strategy depending on where you are. Now, I've seen some people say that this is it's not good to have secured loans, installment loans. Here's the thing. These are all just strategies and tools. No one can say without a doubt that this is good or it's bad, right? I wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a bolt. I would use a wrench. You use different tools for different things. If you have an 800 credit score, maybe it won't benefit you much. Depending on where you are, maybe it won't benefit you. For someone who's new to credit, this is going to help. This will help. Especially if you get if you're like bank loyal and you want to get all your products from one place, put all your money into Navy Federal, get the pledge loan, you want to get your auto loan, your mortgage, and you build that relationship, then absolutely, this is a great thing then in that case. So just don't let things like that deter you. Just know that everything is a strategy for a different level. And as you start to level up, certain strategies won't be necessary for you. Certain strategies will still be necessary. So you can pick and choose how you want to do this. Again, this is just a tool. That's all it is. It's a tool that you can utilize strategically to help build your credit, get higher limit approvals, and to just help you overall with boosting your credit score. All right, now let's talk about this credit hack. Again, it's not really a hack, but I know that that's what people know it as. And we use hack because hack is like a buzzword. It makes you want to click on the like video when people say hack because it feels like it's like a secret. It's not really a secret. It's just, you could do this with so many different things. You don't have to necessarily just do this with just the pledge loan. There's so many different strategies that you can use. So here's the strategy with the pledge loan or hack. When you receive your pledge loan, you pay back 80 to 90% of the loan. This will result in a credit score increase and you get the money back into your savings account. This is simple, straight to the point. This is just how it works. You only have to pay the APR amount, which, for example, let's do some math really, really quick. If I had $30,000 as a pledge loan and I did 3% APR, for $30,000, the 3% would be $900. While that sounds like a lot in comparison to how much you are actually, the benefits you're getting from it, I think that it's worth it. And that would be a pledge loan spread over 15 years, 180 months. So you also have to consider that as well. let's go on the low end. If you had a pledge loan for $1,000 and it was only 2% APR, that's $20. So, I think that it's relative to how much you're putting in, but of course, then it's also spread over a longer period of time. The more money that you use, overall, I'd spend $900 on $30,000 for 15 years of on-time payment history. That is a steal, to me. Now, here's a credit breakdown. The reason why this hack or strategy works really well and people recommend it is because of the breakdown of your credit score. 35% of your credit score is on-time payments. If you pay this loan off and you do 90%, again, imagine the 180-month one. You've already locked in almost, that's like 14 years right there of on-time payments. It's locked in. You already did it. That's amazing. Utilization's only for credit cards. This will also help with your credit history the longer that you have it, and it's going to help with your credit mix. Your credit mix is 10% of your credit score. So already between on-time payments, between credit history, and between credit mix, that is 35, 45, 55% of your credit score is being hit, and new credit, if you count that, that's 65% of your credit score. So, I don't really think that it's really going to get like that much better than that. It's not going to get that much better. Actually, I'm sorry, that's 70% of your credit score. You can hit 70% of your credit score with this one loan if it's utilized properly. So I think that it's one of the best strategies that you can use to help you grow your credit. And if you understand the breakdown of how your credit score works, then it's almost a no-brainer to have this with Navy Federal. Now, if you are watching this video and you're thinking I'm not a member of Navy Federal, there's plenty of videos on that about how to become a member. For example, if you are a roommate of someone who is in the military or is a member of Navy Federal, they may not be in the military themselves, but if they're a member and you contribute at least 50% to the household, like if you're paying half the rent, you can become a member of Navy Federal. If you know someone who's a member, they can provide you with an access code. If you have a family member who is in the military, then you can become a member. And then people have another one called a hack. It's not a hack. It's not a backdoor method. If you've had a family member who was in the military, like, for example, I've had two grandfathers. Both of them have passed. They were both in the military. I can grab all of my grandfather's, all of his credentials. I can show them that I had a grandparent who was in the military, who's no longer alive today, and I can still become a member of Navy Federal. It's not like a secret. It's not a hack. It's not a backdoor. You can do that just by it's like lineage. Like if they were there and you can show them, then you're good. And that's really it. So honestly, if as long as you have someone who's been affiliated with the military in some way, form, or fashion, there's a way for you to become a member of Navy Federal. It's not that difficult. And I think that if you are looking for a credit union to actually utilize in order to help grow your credit, especially if you're brand new to credit, I believe that this is a good one. And even if you're not brand new, I think that, for Navy Federal and credit unions in general, because credit unions are not traditional banks, they're not looking for profit. They use the money for their members in order for them to give you good interest rates on loans and other products. So in actuality, people need to have more members of Navy Federal in order for them to grow. The more people that have Navy Federal, they deposit money into their account, they leave money in their account, they pay back these products and services on time, the more money and better interest rates they can offer you as a union. Again, the union is run by the members. It's not a traditional bank where they're interested in making a profit based off of interest rates and bank fees. So the more members that there are that use the accounts responsibly, the more they can offer other members. So that's pretty much all I have for this video for today. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments. I'll get to them as soon as I can. If this is something that you're currently using, I would love for you to drop in the comments, what the pledge loan did for you. How much did it increase your credit score? Are you looking to possibly do this right now? Are you a member of Navy Federal? Are you not? The different ways that you've joined if you became a member. It's just good to share all this information, because the more information that we share, the more people that we can help. And then, in turn, we can all become a resource for each other when we need to get these types of products and services, or things change, new information comes to light. We all want to be a resource hub for each other, so use your peers to also learn a lot of the things that are going on with these products and services. So thank you guys so much, and you have a wonderful day.